Hey guys, it's Alyssa. I just want to talk about this really quick because I saw a couple things. Basically, Amazon and Spotify are acting a fool, and I want to talk about it super fast. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a couple minutes here to talk about this, and I keep seeing things, so I want to get this up so that the discussion can start. But two things have been happening in this sort of digital book space. One is something that we've been talking about for a while, particularly on the heels of the Z Library being shut down news that happened a few months back. Indie authors, particularly on TikTok, talking about having their works pirated and what that means in the Amazon space. Because I think what people forget is not just that like you're pirating somebody's work and that's morally objectable, but also that there are some real life consequences for these authors. So the other day, I think end of last week, Raven Kennedy, who is the author of the Gilded Cage series, something like that. I'll put pictures of the book up so you can see what it is. Posted a TikTok where her books have been taken down by Amazon, and I want to play that TikTok where she talks about it, have a quick discussion, and then there's also a piece of these digital, like bookish uh, companies, people's corporations acting a fool because Spotify is also in on this in the last couple weeks. So let's first talk about Amazon and their nonsense.
So Amazon just removed Guild and Glint for sale and blocked them on my account. No warning. They just emailed me this morning and took them off and threatened not only those books, but my entire account.
This is crazy because these books, I know that not everybody watching may have read them, but in general, they're incredibly popular books in like the bookish social media world, in the fantasy romance world. These are big books. And to have those books taken down,
They said they're widely available on the web, which is piracy, which you guys know has been a huge issue with me for the last year. As soon as Plated Prisoner series got more popular, just the
plated prisoners. I don't always want to call them gilded something rather. Gilded plate. Plated prisoners series.
constant rampant piracy that I've had to deal with has been incredibly stressful. That's why I took it off KU for a couple months over the summer, just because I got another threat from Amazon. And anyway, now they just removed my books. I don't know what's going to happen, but Amazon needs to do better by their indie and hybrid authors. So please spread the word. My books are down, my account's threatened, my livelihood, everything.
So that was just her quick video talking about it. And there have been a lot of things that have come out. I wasn't sure if I was going to show this one, but you know what? I think I'm going to show this one response from another creator.
The discussion is back again, so let's talk. Some of you guys might remember me from this video. It got a little popular. Basically, what I said in that video is
So this is Rebecca Thorne. She wrote Can't Spell Treason Without T. I think I got that right this time. She is an indie author. She talks a lot on here, and I really enjoy her. I like her as a person. I like her book. I'm excited for her next book. And I think what she says on here, I agree with pieces of it. And this is part of a greater discussion about whether or not we are not using Kindle Unlimited. So I'm going to play this through and then we can talk about the Kindle Unlimited boycott that is kind of going on.
is that I will not hold piracy against my readers because everybody pirates for different reasons. Some people can't buy LGBT books without being persecuted in their country. Some countries require you to pay a yearly fee to get access to libraries. There's 1,000 different reasons someone might pirate a book, and I'm not here to judge them. I'm here to talk about Amazon and how they are fucking with indie authors because of sites like this. I don't care if someone has to consume my book on a pirating website. All I ask is that you leave a review when you're done. But to the people who are stealing the book and uploading it to those sites, knowing that it can detrimentally affect our careers, fuck you.
I do like that Rebecca makes a distinction between the person actually physically putting the book out into the universe to be downloaded and the person who may be accessing these titles because they have no other way of accessing them, especially as she is a queer author and she writes queer books. So I do like that distinction. I know not everyone's going to feel that way and everyone's entitled to their own opinion on that, but I do like that distinction because there are definitely times when people pirate books, like they download those books because they have no other way of getting them. And Yeah, so I it's nuanced. This was a different discussion. Continue.
There is a big difference between someone consuming a book because they have no other way to get it and somebody knowingly stealing a book and uploading it for their own profit. And then there's Amazon, who basically begs us to sign up for an exclusive program on their platform and then punishes us when someone steals our books. It makes me so mad. So, authors, what can you do? First off, you can take your book out of the Kindle Unlimited program. Now, I recognize that this is not a financially viable option for a lot of people. A lot of readers, including myself, have found original readers on Kindle Unlimited, but it may not be worth it if Amazon continues to treat us this way. I was under the misconception when I signed up that you could only get the 70% royalties if you signed up for the Kindle Unlimited program. That is not true. You can get the 70% royalties even if you are not enrolled in the Kindle Unlimited program, as long as your ebook is priced between, I think it's $3.99 and $9.99. You can sign up for the 70% royalty. So if that was a consideration when you chose to sign up for KDP, please keep that in mind. You can still get those royalties regardless. They just don't like to advertise it. I also know that you're in the Kindle Unlimited program for 3 months at a time, but if you email Amazon and tell them that you want to pull out immediately, most of the time they will do that. I have talked to multiple sales reps over the last several months as I've weighed this decision, and they have all told me that if I wanted to pull my book out right away, I could. So hopefully you guys have the same experience, but that's worth exploring instead of waiting the 3 months and being scared the entire time. After hearing this kind of thing, I am actually very seriously considering pulling Treason and Tea off of Kindle Unlimited and not even putting the new book on. This is a really big decision because I have over 1 million page reads on Kindle Unlimited. So this is a huge source of my income. But if it comes down between losing 1/3 of my income and losing all of my income because Amazon gets picky, I think I know what I would have to choose. For anybody who's a Kindle Unlimited reader, you guys should be emailing Amazon about this because this is going to directly affect your reading supply. And for authors, there's a petition going around to sign to get Amazon to do something. So please go find it and sign it. Stand by as I find out more.
So I'm going to find that petition for authors. If there are authors watching that want to sign it, I will put that in the description. But what I want to talk about is just the fault of Amazon at this on this because the authors are not the perpetrators of anything. They are the victims of something. And Amazon is putting all of the blame and punishment on the author, like they are not the actual victim of this. Like they are the ones that went out there and said, "Here, world, here's my book. I'd love for you to pirate it and put my relationship with one of the biggest distributors of my book in jeopardy." I think it's horseshit that Amazon's doing this. I think it's absolutely bullshit. And there is this discussion that's been going on since Raven Kennedy came out and talked about her experience. I've seen a lot more discussion. It's really ramped up. It's kind of always been there on the fringes of bookish social media, particularly on TikTok, because things just move so quickly there, news and stuff. I'm sure it's on book Twitter too, but Twitter terrifies me. Ever since she came out with her announcement of having her books pulled, this has really ramped up the discussion about these agreements that Amazon has with their indie authors and how predatory they really are and how punitive they can be if through no fault of your own something happens to your work. So, what can you do? There's a lot of people talking about doing a Kindle Unlimited sort of boycott as readers. If you choose to do that, I don't think there's anything particularly wrong about that with that, if that's your way of wanting to protest what's going on. But I also feel like that's sort of still hurting the authors. So the ones that haven't had their books taken down and they're still trying to keep their books on KU because they want to keep their income because that's a big source of their income. Like Rebecca says, like that's a huge piece of her income from these books. You're going to hurt them by not reading them. It feels weird. But I get if, like, that's how you wanna protest, that's how you wanna protest. I would encourage perhaps starting, more actual petitions, emailing Amazon, complaining to Amazon about these agreements. If you are an author signing this petition, emailing Amazon, making a big stink. Is it gonna do anything? Who the heck knows? But at least if you're talking about it, getting the word out, making a big stink, flooding their PR with emails, doing all that kind of stuff, you're not necessarily taking money out of your favorite indie author's pocket like you would be if you were just boycotting KU overall. I might be wrong. perhaps there's other ways to get books. I am not the connoisseur, the I am not the person to know all of this stuff. So that's why I come on here and have these discussions about different book news and things because I want to have talks and learn more from you guys and just kind of have an open, transparent discussion about what goes on in the book world. So that's Amazon acting a fool. Now, there was also this random TikTok that came through my feed since I started reacting to and interacting with all this Amazon stuff. This other thing popped into my feed about Spotify and audiobooks. And on the heels of the Brandon Sanderson stuff and how Brandon Sanderson is, not going Audible and was going Spotify and Speechify for his newest project, I think that this is important to look at because one of my commenters, one of my friends, great indie author, Jim Wilburn, commented about how Spotify is not great to their creators either, and they are not, a perfect platform. And this, I think, just speaks to how imperfect Spotify is.
Found out that Spotify has been selling the rights to my voice to Apple Books directly for their use for machine learning and AI narration, without my consent and without compensating me.
I'm just going to rewind that for anybody who may have missed.
So I just found out that Spotify has been selling the rights to my voice to Apple Books directly for their use for machine learning and AI narration, without my consent and without compensating me. So, a little over a year ago, Spotify bought a company called Findaway Voices. Findaway Voices is the #1 competitor to the Amazon when it comes to independent author distribution options. Now that Spotify owns it, they have a subsection in their contract, in their author distribution contract, not mine. I have no rights in this whatsoever to my own voice. They have forced it upon my authors in a small, very fine print subsection.
I don't know if you guys are ready for this forkery that is going to happen. I'm trying to not curse as much on here because I feel like YouTube, the closer I get to monetization, the more YouTube's like, yeah, your content, you need to clean this up. Anyway, you're not ready for this. You're not ready for the shenanigans that are coming.
That you are giving away your rights to the audiobook because you have bought and paid for the rights to the audiobook, the intellectual property of the audiobook. They are turning a profit off of you and then turning around and selling your intellectual property to Apple Books without giving you any payment either. So we need to stop them. The only way to do this, there is no chance to opt out in the contract. You are automatically opted in. The subsection
You are automatically opted in to sign over your intellectual property to Spotify so that they can sell it to whoever they want. We're not even touching on the fact that this poor voice actor has no rights to her own voice.
to a subsection, section 11 lists how to do that. You have to send them an email. support@findawayvoices.com and revoke their rights to sell your intellectual property to any chooser, any bidder, the highest bidder. Apple Books is the highest bidder right now, but you need to make sure that they aren't selling your rights, my voice, and your intellectual property. And so send them an email today, revoke the rights. I will put up a sample letter, maybe on my website, so follow me there. But we need to stop this because if they're coming after my art form, which is narration, you can bet if they turn a penny, they will be coming after yours next.
Yeah. So Amazon is punishing authors for being the victim of piracy, and Spotify is taking your intellectual property from you, out from underneath you in sub clauses, and using it to make money off of you and to train Apple book bots to do AI narration. What is going on in the digital space right now? It is infuriating. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. I just wanted to get this out there as quickly as possible. There is so much going on, I feel like, around this. I would love to know everybody's thoughts on this. If you are a KU author, I'd love to know your thoughts on this and what you would like readers to do how you think readers can help. I still think that doing the boycott as a reader of KU, it seems funny to me, but maybe I'm missing stuff. So educate me if I'm missing something. But I do think that if you can talk about this, get the word out, tell Amazon how you feel, just, I don't know, just be annoying AF and just maybe we can incite some change against the behemoth that is Amazon. And in terms of Spotify, I hope that this has helped anybody who is an indie author who uses this Find My Voice or whatever it's called to do their audio narrations, that they know now how to get out of this automatic offloading of your IP. We should never be selling our intellectual property out from under ourselves. That is some like, oh, that is some BS. That is like when artists, music artists used to have no rights to their own songs. And oh, it's bad. Like this is bad. This is bad stuff. Bad news bears. I'd love to hear your thoughts. This issue's crazy. It's really hard for me not to curse. Anyway, if you enjoyed and you would like to see more, please consider liking and subscribing. Otherwise, I will see you guys in my next video, whatever it will be, because it's my channel and I can do whatever I want. I'm going to slap this together real fast and get this out for you. So